Hello everyone, welcome back to Skills for Chasers. In this chase today, we are going to work on end-to-end case study on Tableau. The topic for that will be Titanic tragedy that happened on 15th of April in 1912. We all know the ship that sank, which led to the death of many travelers who were traveling on that ship, and the people who died, they were from different genders, they were from different age groups, they were traveling in different passenger class. So using that data that we have, which is a dummy data which is being collected from the Kaggle platform, is something where we will be creating some interesting visualizations which will cover the topics starting from visualizations to create columns, and we will also cover about statistical charts that we have. Plus, we will be creating dashboards and finally doing interesting storytelling with the help of that. So first of all, let's have a look at the data for that. So we will be using two data sets over here. One data set is Titanic data set. So in this, we have the information regarding the passenger ID. We have the information of survival status, whether a passenger died or survived. 0 means passenger died, 1 means passenger survived. We have the data regarding passenger class, right? In which class of the ship that passenger was traveling. Name of the passenger. We have the gender of the passenger, the age of that passenger. We also have the information regarding sibling and spouse, where we understand with how many sibling and spouse that particular traveler was traveling in that ship. We have the information regarding parent or children. So how many parent or children was he traveling on the ship? We have the information regarding the ticket number, fare, and we have the information where we understand the information regarding the embarked. Embarked means from where did he started his journey. So that's like the station point. From where did he started the journey? The second data set that we have, in that we have the coordinates, right? So the coordinates are basically from where did the ship started, right? So where did the ship started its journey? So like it started its journey from Southampton. We have the information regarding the destination, where was it supposed to reach, and we have the information regarding where it sank. Unfortunately, the ship sank. And for all the three locations, we have the latitude and longitude available to us. So these are the two data sets which we have in this. Now, using this data set, the kind of views that we would like to create in order to present our analysis. So we would like to showcase a dashboard where we can understand how many people were on board, how many people died. We would like to understand from where did the ship started the journey, where it sank, what was the destination where it was supposed to reach. We would like to showcase a detailed analysis where we will showcase the the output, what percentage of child died and survived, what percentage of male died and survived, and what percentage of female died and survived. We will be creating an analysis on the basis of survival status and marital status based on the age parameter. We will be showing something on the basis of whether the traveler was traveling single or with family, survival status, and gender of that. We will also try to show how the passengers died or survived based on the class in which they were traveling, how much fare they paid, and from where did they started their journey. So after doing all this analysis, what we will be doing is we will be creating a complete story as we see over here. Now, see, this case study is going to be a bit detailed. So that's why, what we are going to do is we will be breaking this case study into 3 parts. So for easy absorption of all the topics that we are going to cover. So now let's jump onto the Tableau. The first task over here will be to grab the data of the Titanic dataset over here in the Tableau. The data is in the form of a CSV file. So what do I do is I'm going to click on text file and we'll go to that path where that file is. And here I pick my Titanic dataset and I'll click on open. So we will see all the data will be loaded over here in the Tableau interface. So now as a part, the first thing that I'm going to do over here is if I take a look on the data, I have a column of survived which says 0 and 1. So now if I will create this visualization, so I would like to represent my output in the form of died or survived, because 0 and 1 will be a little confusing for the end user to understand. So what I do over here as a first step is I will right click on survived and I will say I would like to create a calculate column. And this column I'm going to call it as survival status. And we will write a if condition where I'm going to say If survived is equal to 0, then the person died, else survived. And then we write end in order to close this if statement. So we can see the calculation is valid, apply, and OK. So we can see our calculated field has been created of survival status, died and survived. Now the first step over here is we are going to create the first view that we saw over there. So for that, we jump onto the sheet 1. So the view that we have over here is, which is being showcased on your screen as well. So we have to show in this case the number of people who were onboarded and how many people were died. So how can I do that? If I pick my field of passenger ID, I can drag it on the text. Now see, because passenger ID is a dimension, so I will get to see all the passenger IDs over here. So I will right click on this and I will change this to count distinct over here. And we can see I get a number 891. That means these were the number of people who were on board. We will click over here to make this chart as an entire view. Now, if I right click on this, we will do some formatting. So you just right click in the sheet and choose the option of format. And now once we do that, you will see a lot of formatting options are going to open up on the left hand side. So over here, the certain options that we will use is, first of all, I would like to use the option of font in order to play around with the font size. So I'll click on this and I will increase the font size to around 28. Or maybe let's make it a little more bigger, 36. I'll make it bold and we can change the color to green. So we can see with simple formatting, we are able to achieve it. I'll be clicking on the option of alignment. So if I click on this, I will change the alignment to center. So we can see this number in the center view over here. Now in the next step, below that 891 number, I would like to show that this is the count of the people who were onboarded. So if you click on the text option, you will see there are 3 dots that you get. If you click on that, just below that, we can write on board and we can click on apply. So we can see the number is reflected and we can see that on board is also written over here. And if you want to play around with the font size of the on board, we can do that as well. If you click on the 3 dots again, you can choose that word on board and we can reduce the font size to maybe around 22 and apply. Now here my first chart is created. Now in the next chart, we have to showcase how many people actually died, right? So what I can do is to save my time. If I right click on the below sheet, on the sheet 1, I will make a duplicate of this. So that's going to make a replica of the same sheet. Now what I'll do over here is, I'll first of all close my formatting options. I just have to apply a filter to showcase how many people died. So if I pick the field of survival status and drag it in the filters, I'll choose the option of died. My numbers will be filtered out. And there I see, this is the number that I see over here. I just have to click on text option again, 3 dots, and I will change the word to died. So here our second visualization is created. So now basically if we take a look on the view, so there is one image, there is one text box where we are showing the date, and 2 are these visuals that we have created. So let's do one thing. Let's quickly add a dashboard over here. So for that, we have to click on this icon to add a dashboard. So if I click on this dashboard view will be added over here. Let's keep the size over here in the automatic so that it adjusts according to our screen size. So we'll make it automatic. So there we get it. Now I'll drag my sheet 1 and I'll drag my sheet 2 on the right hand side. So here I see my 2 numbers on board and died are visible. These titles are something which I don't need. So what I can do is I can right click over here and I can say hide title, and similarly right click and hide title. So that way my titles are gone. Now I have to bring a text box object in order to showcase my date. So what I'll do is, if you come in the objects pane over here, you will see there's an option of text box. So if I pick this text box and just drag it below this 891 on board, I will have to write my own message, whatever I want to show in the text box. So I will write it as 1912, hit a enter, April 50. Now I'll select this content, I'll make it center aligned. The year I have to show in a bigger font, so I'll increase the size to around 36. This I have to show around 22. We can make all the content as bold and we can change the color to green. So if I click on OK, so we can see my date has come up. So let's just arrange these charts so they are more equally spaced over here right now. So that's where my three visuals have come. Now I'll click on the layout option over here. So if I click on this, I would like to now apply some borders, and border option you will find it over here. So we have to apply the borders one by one. I'll select the first sheet. I'll click on the border. Let's apply a thick black border to this. We can apply a thick black border to this and to the third one as well. So here we can see all my three numbers are now nicely visible on this. The only thing that we are now left behind with is we have to add an image at the top, which is, you can pick any image, you can download any Titanic image from the Google and you can use it over here. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the dashboard and coming back to the object section over here. So here you will find the option of image. So if I double click on image, a box like this will come up, which will ask you to choose the image. So I'll click on choose. I'll go to my folder and I'll pick the image of Titanic. So I'll click on open. I will say fit image, center image, apply and OK. Now this image is not coming correctly placed. So if I select this image, I hold it from here and I'll just try to keep it like at the top over here. So see a gray line, that gray is the helping guide that we have. If I leave it over here, so there you see the image has come up. Now because of the resolution, the image might look a bit small. So we can be careful what type of image we would like to, download. So if you click this image, you click on this little arrow. If you don't want to fit image, see a little bit resolution will change. You don't want to keep it center, it will move to the left side. So for now, I will keep it center like this, and let's also fit it so that complete Titanic word is also visible to me. So here we see our first view is created. Now looking at the second view, see if we have a look at it, we actually have to create the map over here where we can understand from where did the journey started, where it sank and where it ended. So for doing that, first of all, we need to bring the data of that details, which is in another file by the name of details, which is an Excel file. So I'll go on the data source. I'll click on data, new data source, and I will click on Excel and we are going to choose that file of details and open. So here we can see the data has been loaded, city, incident, latitude and longitude. Now, if you all will take a look on this data, so city has been loaded as a geographical data, right? From where we can understand that this is geographical information. Longitude is given to me in the data as well, and latitude is also given to me. But if you take a look on this, longitude is loaded as a geographical data, but latitude not. Can you think of a reason why? The answer is spelling mistake. So if you see over here, the spelling mistake is there in the name of latitude. So what I will have to do is, I will have to click on the option of data type, and we will say geographical role, and we will explicitly tell Tableau that the data over here is a latitude information. So as a result of which, now this latitude will also become geographical, which is going to help us to create a map. So I'll add a new sheet where this map has to be created. So what I'll do is, so one option is, I can drag the city. So if I drag the city directly over here, you will see Tableau gives me an option of 3 unknown, right? Because it is not able to figure it out, the lat and long of that, but no worries. We'll clear this chart. And instead, what we will do is we will use the latitude and longitude, which were actually provided to us in the data. See, because this is the information of a sea, right? So because Tableau uses the online server of Mapbox, so it is possible that it is not those coordinates are not saved over there. So that is why those coordinates are given to us in the data itself. So what we do is, now please be careful, do not drag the generated latitude and longitude, because these are the ones which are being generated because of city, right? Whenever you have some geographical data, it automatically generates the lat and long for that. We don't have to use that. I will pick up my field of longitude, that will come in the columns. I will pick up the field of latitude, which will come in the rows. Now you see Tableau is calculating the average of that, average of latitude and average of longitude. I don't want the average. I will click on the analysis. If I click on this, I will just uncheck the option of aggregate measures. And because of that, now you will see all the three locations have been plotted for me. Now to make it more understandable, what I'll do is I'm going to put my incident on the label, and I will put my city on the color. So because of that, I will get my color coding and I know where what action was taken. Let's put the title of this map as Titanic map, and we can keep it center aligned. We can make it bold. So here our second view is created. Now what we'll do is we are going to add a new dashboard. Now on this dashboard, what we will do is we will simply bring the map. And what I'll also do is I'll keep the size as automatic, the similar options that we did before. So if you all see, the legends over here on the dashboard are right now coming on the right hand side. So it will be a better idea if I select this legend and keep it at the top, and we can reduce the size of this. And if you feel the legend names are not coming properly, so you can just hover over here, you will see a dotted line coming up in middle. Just stretch it a bit, and there you see my legends are also now properly visible, and my dashboard is created where I can see the map. So in this part, we will keep the thing still here where we have made two dashboards. Now in the next part, we will be creating the next view, which is a little more technical and will need a lot more understanding. So thanks for watching, everyone. So please continue and see the part 2 in order to complete this case study. Please do like and subscribe our channel for getting the regular updates for all our videos that we post. Thank you, everyone.